Actually, you can start to tell a lot. I think the biggest thing is I think we're a little more confident and strong. I see a bigger group that is a little more confident as far as the technique, utilizing utilizing the strength gains that they've accumulated since not just since spring ball, but really since January. So that's the part I think that shows up. I think we got better competition. At a lot of positions. So those are the two things that stand out. I think the guys are having fun.
Kind of a luxury is it in this day and age that you get enter year 3 with probably about half the guys. It seems like.
You're saying as far as on the defense?
Yeah.
We've got quite a few guys that play, and that was part of the deal. I mean, we obviously made a commitment to play a lot of guys last year, play a lot of young guys that in hopes that you would be, continue to grow and be more experienced. That you didn't sit there and say, okay, well, we're not going to play these guys, and all of a sudden we're going to look up next year and we're not going to gain anything from it. They're going to be inexperienced next year. So, I like the fact that we got guys out here that we train and that understand what we want to get done and taking leadership roles, and that's what happens over time. So, I like our core group of guys that have been here with us for a few years that really have bought in and doing everything we ask and being partners with the staff. And it's been good.
The middle linebacker is huge, obviously. What are the differences between Jimmy and Raphael, you think?
Jimmy's played a lot of snaps. To be quite honest with you. Raphael's first game last year was against Notre Dame, which that was his first college football game out there. Jimmy's played for us, for 2 years. He's played a lot of snaps. Unfortunately, Jimmy, the first half of last year was really banged up and was limited. I think Jimmy makes us different when he's in there because he really is a coach on the field. He's really bright and understands it. And Curb's continuing to get better, and they work together. Jimmy works with him constantly, and mentors him even though it's competition. So that's when you have a good team, good teammates, and good leadership like that. That's when everybody gets better.
You guys are ranked over 100 total defense last year. Can you make a marked difference between, in an off season to move up in the rankings? Is that possible?
I mean, again, I don't, there are a lot of different scoreboards that you can look at, and we look at them all. We don't ignore them. That's a place that we want to improve. But the way college football is today, I don't know if that's the number one stat. We want to give up less points. At the end of the day, it's about points. I want to give up less points. The less points you give up, the better off you're going to win. As far as we want to give up less yards, obviously, but we expect it.
Well, let's talk about it out of numbers. Can you be exponentially better on defense in the course of an offseason?
Okay. Yeah, that's the expectation. We all expect to. If every individual gets better, every coach coaches better, then that's how you get better. You get better when individuals make a commitment to get better, which they're doing. The staff makes a commitment to get better, which they're doing.
I know you probably already addressed this, but is half the battle just size, strength, and experience?
Those are key factors. There's no doubt. I think again, the bottom line is to play great defense, you want to play with confidence, and confidence comes from demonstrated performance. And, the way you do that, the way you demonstrate performance is you get stronger and you go against some of the guys that we're going against here on a daily basis, and you have success in practice, and that's where that comes from. So it's all about gaining confidence as individuals and then as a group.
There's always growing pains when freshmen get on campus, but the guys that came in last year, do you find that they've bought in? They're more acclimated. They feel more comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. College football's hard. And it's demanding. Defensively, you're playing a different type of offense every week. It's different than high school. It's different than the program. It's kind of unique. You get teams that run triple option. You get teams that are post option. You get teams that run spread. And you only have a certain amount of hours to do it each week. You don't have them the whole day. So it's demanding. They're going to school. They're in study hall. And they're coming over here and they're getting ready to play somebody. So it is demanding when the freshman comes in. And I think it's only natural for them to get more comfortable as time goes on. And I think they're all doing that. So.
I don't know if you've been asking about Curtis yet, but what does he do for you if he's healthy and with his attitude side?
I think everybody that's close to the program that's watched, I think you can look back and look at the games that he's played for us over the last couple good spring. I think he's had even a better summer. You know, he's in really best shape of his career. He's as strong as he's been. I think he's really focused on, having a great year for himself and for our team. So, I'm excited. We keep our fingers crossed, and he's going to be healthy here all season, and I think he'll have a heck of a year.
On those lines, just having consistent play at the tackle spot, how much does that help the entire defense?
There's no doubt. It's going to help you. I mean, you got to be strong up the middle. You got to be stout. And, so that's where it starts. And I think we're working towards there. Obviously, we got Jimmy playing middle linebacker, and we got Curtis and Luther and Olsen. You start to talk about some guys with experience. As a start. And obviously, we've got to develop more guys, and there's got to be more guys that be able to help us. But as a start, those guys are guys that they've now been in the program. They've been in the program with us, and they're maturing, and they're stronger, and they're bigger.
Coach Golden was just saying, linebacker, it's not just a battle and Mike between Raphael Kirby and Jimmy Gaines, but it's more just because they're so versatile. Between best three out there, how versatile are they?
Yeah, Jimmy could line up at any of the three spots, and he's done that for us over the course of the last 2 years due to injury and whatnot. He's had to do all that, so he's probably the most versatile. Denzel played the Mike linebacker and Will linebacker. We started at both. Experience. Thurston Armbrister has played both the Sam and the Will for us. He was out in the spring, but he started 3 games for us. Played 300 plus snaps last year. He looked good yesterday. So what happens is, I guess, when you can use your older guys to get the versatility. You got to have a young guy who's coming in and play once. Big Rose coming in here as a freshman, he's playing the Sam linebacker. We're going to try to put more on his plate, but Tyrone Cornelius can play multiple spots. Kelvin King can play multiple spots. So we have some guys again. The longer they're around, gives you that flexibility, and that ultimately creates the competition that coaches have.
Are there expectations that Shayon will add some more pass rushing to his game?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think that again, he's a guy that's really he's not only getting better, he's not only getting stronger, but he's getting healthier as he gets away from the stuff that he's had in the past. I mean, people forget that he's a guy who's had some severe injuries. You know what I mean? That's why we all love him so much, and we feel so strongly about him because he was a guy who at one point we weren't sure what was going to happen with him. And, here he is playing all 12 games last year, leading our team in tackles. He's the captain. So I think as each year goes on, he gets away from those health concerns. Certainly his skills, his game, his statistics, his pass rush, and all those things are going to improve.
It seems like a number of the defensive players have been saying that the defensive scheme isn't going to change. It's more the execution. What would you say to that?
Yeah, it's all about execution. You're always going to go back and look and say, okay, well, I don't like the way we did this. This wasn't good for us, or maybe we should do a little bit of this. And that's whether you have a great season or whether you have a disappointing. It's all the same. So there will be some things that will change, but really, regardless of what that is, it is. I'm glad they're talking in that language because it really is about the execution. It's about each individual doing their job, being in the gap they're supposed to be in, and at the end of the day, really playing hard. And I've been talking about that since we've been here. Really, playing really hard. Let's turn on the tape and let's try to play harder than anybody. It doesn't take talent to win that category. It doesn't take experience to win that category. Let's really play hard. Let's run the ball like crazy. Let's try to create turnovers. We'll go from there. Let's do that.
At the same time, it seems like some of the players have set somewhat lofty expectations. Do you embrace that? Do you say, hang on, let's kind of take baby steps first, or how do you deal with it?
We deal with it as we should. Guys who've been around it and been doing it a long time, we deal with it talking in terms of the process, right? I mean, it's every day right now. We got one task to knock out right now, and it's practice. And within that practice, it's every drill. Don't look ahead, don't look back. Every drill, every task that we put in front of them, we want to go ahead and try to knock out. And when we get done with practice, we have conditioning, we're going to condition, and they got to hydrate, and they got to eat their weight up, and it's really just a matter of keeping them focused on the task at hand. And tonight we got to have a great meeting. Everybody in the country is going to have a meeting tonight, and we got to try to have a better one. That's really how you try to just keep them on task and keep them going.
So do you care if the expectations are high or if their goals are high?
We should be. We all want to have a great season. We all want to be successful. So, I think we'd be in the wrong spot if we didn't want to have higher goals. So. constantly improved since he's been here. Really benefited him a lot when we brought him in here last spring. I was a junior college player, had 3 years, 3 years to play three, and gets a spring before that third year. I think that really helped him, get acclimated. And then last year, really was playing his best football as the season ended. Continued to carry it over in the winter program in the spring. Had a good summer this year. He's a leader. He's a leader out there in the secondary. Antonio has again continued to just improve. I think everybody knows we talked about Antonio in the spring. I thought he had a really, really, really good spring. And, he had a competitive, his first day yesterday. We had a real competitive day yesterday where he did a lot of good things. So I was excited about that.
I just want to ask one thing.
Go for it.